if the nominal value of the security be somewhat higher than the actual loan, number one, to allow for supplemental advances or new debt, right? If there was cost overruns, to allow for some type of swap break costs on termination or interest swap breaks, to cover the cost of interest accrual or roll up in the event of any difficulties during the project and the fund is being required to step in and work on the project. Now we know of none of these three things happening, but the government has already gone and exceeded the original commitment that's in this document at the land registry. Already. And the building is up yet? The building is not up. The foundation is not down yet? The foundation is not down in Providenciales. And we already overrun. We've already gone into the contingency. Oh my goodness. So the statement that they make that the loan is indeed 124 is false. The loan is indeed what is written in the land registry, which is $113,320,000. So what they're admitting to is that they've already gone into the contingency, and we know that none of these three events have happened. At least we don't know that they've happened. The contracting hasn't gone into problems yet because the thing isn't built. Yes, they haven't stopped. They've only had 3 months. Interest rates couldn't adjust so much that would cost you $10 million. And the new debt is the only scenario that could actually come into play here, right? So they've already started going into the buffer zone. Honorable panel. Yes. The Minister of Finance and the Minister of Health accused the People's Democratic Movement of misleading the public of the Turks and Caicos Islands on this issue. The question is, tell me, who's really misleading the people? Well, the PNP administration is misleading the public in the very worst way. And let me say why that is. Because you see, if you build a road, right, and you mislead people and say that you're building a road from Heaven Rock to the airport, but you only build a road from Heaven Rock to downtown, right? You've misled the people. Correct. Okay. But that's a road. You could live with getting from downtown to the airport on a bad road, but with your health care, if you tell me you're going to deliver me something to take care of my health, and you only deliver halfway, right? That is a serious problem. Because I could die from that. Correct. I cannot die unless I get hit by a bus or a car from going downtown to the airport just because you ain't deliver the road. But if you don't deliver the health care, I could die from it. And that is what is so treacherous about this whole thing. That's what's so misleading. That is what is so reckless about it, because you're dealing with people's lives. We're not dealing with whether people can get from one point to the next, or whether you could go to a particular school or not. You could choose those things. Those things aren't life-threatening issues. But your health care is a life-threatening issue that has to be dealt with if you get sick. So that is not something that we should be playing with. We shouldn't be toying around with money for your health care. Well, Honorable Panel, when you made that statement last Wednesday at the press conference, that statement raised about 3 to 4 questions. The government came back in an attempt to answer that question, but after their press conference on Friday night, it seems like we have a million questions is now popping up. Well, it's gotten worse. It's getting worse. Yeah. But I mean, just I want you to weigh in on one more point on this contingency of $100 million. The Minister of Finance is saying, just in case the provider, the contractor. Now we all know, it is already known, they have made clear that the provider, the contractor, is Johnson's International. Is the minister telling us they don't have no confidence in this construction company? the very one that built the Premier's $20 million home, the one that is building a condominium that he is alleged to be a partner of in Grace Bay, the very one they announced that they intend to give our international airport contract to, the same company, are they telling us that they have no confidence in this company so much that they have to put the country into a next $11 million contingency just in case they have to terminate this provider? I mean, honorable panel, I mean, explain this.
Well, it's actually a devastating set of circumstances that they have come out and revealed. You know, because the bank says one thing, they say something similar. But the very fact that they have chosen a contractor that on the surface it appears they have to make contingency for is very, very, very concerning. It's alarming. Because let's face it, if government provides a contract to someone, it is simply because that contractor can deliver.
Correct.
You don't then go behind it and add some money on it just in case that person failed. You say to the contractor, I'm going to give you this, but you need to put an insurance policy in place so that if you fail, we're covered. We're dealing with people's money here. There's only so much we got. You know, we're not going to go out and borrow on your behalf. So it leads to asking the question: was the $235 million just arbitrarily decided? Because you just can't come and tell me that $235 million does not relate to something significant. It has to. Well, nobody just puts a figure on a document.
But I mean, but this is what the Minister of Health, the Minister of Finance, and the Director, we don't know which name, which title he has, the Honorable Roy Robinson. But this is what they're telling the people.
Right.
That